When the signal called us home, the stars never looked colder than the night humanity turned its back on Earth. For decades, the exile ship Endeavor wandered her corridors echoing with the ghosts of lost cities and the last whispers of home. Captain Daniel Cross, a kid from Ohio who once dreamed of ball games and cookouts, now led the last Americans through the dark. His crew was all that was left of the melting pot. Lieutenant Maria Santiago, a Los Angeles engineer with more tattoos than regrets. Jason Harris, pilot and wisecracking New Yorker. Kimberly Lee, the Dr. Boston-born, Harvard tough. And old Chief Brooks from Texas, who kept a battered flag in his bunk. Their mission was survival. Find a new home, never return, never answer Earth's ghosts. But one night, as Daniel stared at a faded Polaroid of his lost family, the radio sputtered alive. First a broken code, then impossibly a child's voice. Please, if anyone hears me, this is home. Don't leave us. That's Earth USAF code. But it's layered with an old lullaby. Maria's eyes went wide. Daniel's chest tightened. The rules said never return. But this was a plea no human could refuse. He gathered the crew. We're going back. If this is a trap, we face it together. If it's real, we don't abandon our own. Endeavor turned, her engines roaring like thunder, the last Americans racing toward a haunted home. The gauntlet at Earth's edge, they reached the solar system to find everything changed. If they wanted us gone, we'd already be ashes. Their hulls shimmered and shifted, never the same shape twice. Jupiter was a storm of blue lightning. Alien satellites buzzed where NASA probes once drifted. But it was Earth's orbit that brought the crew to silence. Hundreds of alien warships, bristling with weapons, formed a blockade. Kimberly's voice shook. We face whatever comes together. The distress call came again, now an urgent signal threaded with old American folk songs and a child whisper of the pledge. Earth's fate will be decided by your courage, memory, and unity. Daniel felt his heart break. Alien voices boomed. Human vessel, you stand before the Galactic Council. Will you face the trials or fade into darkness? Daniel looked at his crew, every face a story of hope and loss. He answered, we're not running, eh? A beam of light pulled the ship past a burning moon toward the first trial. Trial of memory. Endeavor was drawn into a colossal arena, hovering above the fractured Earth. The Council's judges appeared beings of shifting light and shadow, older than human history. The first test, memory. Each crew member was pulled in divisions. Some relived the joys of childhood, others the agony of loss. Maria saw her mother teaching her to fix broken radios in East L. Jason, his father's smile from a hospital bed. Kimberly, the moment she chose to become a doctor after her sister's death. The judges demanded honesty. Tell us what you regret most, and why humanity deserves a future. Daniel remembered the day he left his son behind, believing he'd have another chance. With tears in his eyes, he spoke for them all. She realized the only way out was to trust the voice of a child, guiding her through a memory of her mother's patience. We are not perfect, but we remember, we try, and we love fiercely. That's why we're worth saving. The arena pulsed with silent approval. The first test was passed. The judges marveled. Trial of unity. The second test was unity. The ship was split. Apart, each crew member stranded on a fragment alone with alien challenges tailored to their deepest weaknesses. Maria faced impossible engineering problems. A reactor meltdown with no right answer. Jason's fragment was a maze of loss. He found his way only by forgiving himself for what he couldn't change. Kimberly battled self-doubt, her sister's voice reminding her, you can't save everyone, but you can save someone. Each member at their lowest called out and heard the others, voices echoing across the void. Their unity, born of pain and hope, stitched the ship together. Your strength is not in the one, but in the many. Trial of sacrifice. Now came the hardest trial. Sacrifice. An alien virus, unleashed in the ship's systems, threatened to erase Endeavor and its crew from existence. The Council decreed, one must choose to be forgotten forever, that the others may live. The crew fought to find a loophole, but every simulation failed. Old Chief Brooks, silent for most of the journey, volunteered first. I'm old. Let me be the one. Daniel refused. If anyone goes, it's me. Each argued, willing to trade everything for the others. Finally, Maria found a way the crew could encode a fragment of themselves into the ship's AI, losing a piece of memory, but all surviving. They chose together, sharing the burden. Each lost a precious memory, a piece of what made them whole, but in the end, no one was alone. The council was silent, then thundered with approval. No species has ever chosen shared sacrifice over easy loss. Judgment and the Return had not only survived, they had reminded the galaxy what it meant to hope, to fight and to stand together, no matter the cost. The trials ended. The judges asked the final question: what is the one thing your species cannot live without? Daniel looked at his crew, broken, changed, but united. Hope, he said. Even when we lose everything, we keep hoping. We keep trying. The arena erupted in golden light. The alien blockade parted, and Endeavor was free. They returned to Earth's orbit. The planet below was changed, scarred but alive green, bursting through gray, the oceans healing. The crew stepped onto the soil of home for the first time in a generation. It's the last Americans, the last humans, and as dawn rose, the Council's message rang out across the universe. Humanity endures. And because they remember, because they unite, because they hope, they are never truly lost.